I know we struggle with unity as Black people, but that healing that we desire starts with the mind. For some of us, it seems mission impossible to not believe in what white people do. The journey to the healing, the journey to freeing ourselves from the legacy of slavery and colonization is an uphill battle. Let's make no mistake about it. But when we understand the genesis of how we ended up with the mindset that we do, maybe and just maybe, it will make the journey, the healing process just a little bit better. I will ask some of you right now, what color is the devil? Answer that question sincerely to yourself. Without thinking, automatically all of you said black. What color are the angels? Answer it sincerely to yourself. Don't you feel stupid? Who has died and gone to heaven and seen angels? Who has died and gone to hell and seen a black devil? Except they came to Africa and found some most amazing people. Powerful kingdom with well-established civilizations and educational systems, and they wondered, how on earth are we going to defeat such a people? So they sent their missionaries and they introduced religion. There's nothing wrong with the Bible. It's a good book. It talks about righteousness, how to live with one another. If we can just stick to the 10 commandments in the Bible, this world would be a better place. But they twisted it. So they came and taught us about the colors, the green, white, yellow, black, white. All nice and good. But when it came to Jesus Christ and the angels and the devil, they said the devil is black. But then they turned around and said, you two people, you're black like the devil. And we said, okay. We never questioned it centuries ago. And then they turned around and said, never mind how this tablecloth looks like it's white. We too are white like the angels. And we said, okay. We never questioned it. I'm emphasizing this point, my brothers and sisters, because it is important that you understand the genesis of why you feel the way you do. The genesis of black self-hate, the genesis of black lack of trust in each other, it was instilled upon us. So for centuries, we have worshipped white angels that look like them. And subconsciously, as we worship the white angels and the white Jesus, we are worshiping them. And as we run away from the devil, we are running away from ourselves. You see, that is why wherever you go, you're there. Because they have told you you're undesirable. You're black, you're not good, you're defective, you need fixing. They did an experiment a few years back. 5-year-olds were given dolls, black dolls, white dolls, and they were told to choose. Naturally, the white girls picked white dolls. What was amazing was that the little black girls picked white dolls. And when asked why, they said because the black dolls were ugly. These are girls under 5 years of age. And I know no mother in their right mind would sit their children down and say, you're black, you're ugly. But somehow there are subliminal messages all around us that are telling them that that which you represent is bad and undesirable. We are on automatic pilot of stupidity when it comes to this. We automatically know we feel inferior. I was talking to one of my nieces. She's a nurse, getting ready to have a meeting at the hospital. There was one chair left in the front row, so she took it. And as she was sitting there, one white nurse was coming in. Without thinking, she felt she should get up and give the front seat to the nurse. She actually got up and started walking away, and then she remembered Auntie and how Auntie talks. She ran back and she took her seat. She called me after the meeting. She said, Auntie, you won't believe what I almost did. And I wasn't even thinking I was giving up that seat to another white nurse. But such is the life that we live as black people. Stop. Be in the present. Check yourself. Why do you feel the way you do? It is precisely because of that mentality that we are unable to fight back. It is that same mentality that's making it difficult for our ministers to look at the colonizers in the face and say, what you're doing is wrong. It is the same mentality that's keeping people in leadership roles to speak truth to power. Fear. Some of the abuses meted to the Africans are so blatant, it is scary. That things can be so bad. And we, look at us, intelligent people, we're doing nothing about it. I was just chatting with a friend of mine from Zimbabwe. We were promised the remains of our ancestors who were murdered by the British, and they took them to Europe, to Britain. And when Mugabe first came to power, 1980, he demanded that we get those remains back. He wanted to bury them, proper burial. Only last year, they said, okay, we'll let you have them. Guess what? 2021, we still don't have the remains. Now guys, who are these people? Think about it. These are just remains of people that they murdered. Evidence of murder. Hundreds of our ancestors are kept in Europe, and they refuse to give them back. Why? Now you see why I feel sometimes defeated? If we can't address something so basic, how long would a finger of a British soldier remain in Kenya? How long will a toe of a German soldier remain in Mozambique? Not even an hour. And because it's Africans, it's okay. And then we sit here, intelligent as we are, we say, okay. We go to Europe, we visit these beautiful museums, we pay, and there's a statue right here, clearly stated, stolen from Benin. And we pay to see it. African artifacts are littered throughout Europe, telling you exactly where they came from. And when we say we want our artifacts back, they say, no, we're not giving you. And what do we say? Okay, if I go back here, we go back to Africa. What are the ministers of culture doing? Why haven't they all come together as ministers of culture throughout Africa and say, Europe, we will not engage you until this wrong is righted? And why are we, African women, you know what we do when we get mad? We come together, we take off our clothes. And that's the only way our men will listen to us. Why haven't we come together, taken off our clothes and say, we will not? I think I have a sister from Liberia. Where is she? What did the Liberian do, women do when the Liberians would not stop the war? They said, no sleeping with our men until the war is over. It took one man anyway. This moment is now. The blatant abuse of Africa has got to come to an end. And we have a responsibility to come together. No better way than to show them that we don't need you. Let's unite and do what we must do. We don't need them. When they know that black people have risen, black people have united, black people are taking matters in our own hands, and that we are going to reclaim that place that we gave up centuries ago. We are going to take our Africa back to where we were, the center of. We are going to remind the world that we told the world what it means to be human. We told the world what civilization is all about. The building of that Africa that once was. We have it within ourselves to do just that.